WSP got a call about doing an investigation of a young man that had passed away many years ago. It seems they had doubts of whether it was suicide or murder. They never had any closure. They weren't exactly sure either of where the remains of this young man were. They knew the cemetery in the general area. Why couldn't they find the grave? After hearing this story, WSP took the case. We were determined to give this family the closure that they desperately needed. This investigation was a first of its kind for WSP. We had to do some investigation work to find the man and also his mother. Here is our exclusive WSP investigation. On September 3rd, 1989, a young man that had been residing in North Carolina apparently passed away from a single self-inflicted gunshot wound. Many questions surround his death. Was he bullied into taking his own life? Did someone murder him and make it look like a suicide? Could a family member have possibly been the reason he died? It took some time for WSP to actually find the grave. He has no headstone of his own, no obituary, no way of marking that he ever lived. After doing the research and making contacts, we discovered that he was buried in a grave under an assumed name. Why would someone basically hide the remains of a loved one, giving no thought or regard to the remaining family? Was there a reason for hiding this body? Was it to cover up a crime? Erasing all evidence that the young man ever existed. Strangely enough, the mother of this young man is buried in the same fashion. No headstone, marker, or bit, or any trace that she ever existed. Buried in a grave marked as a different person entirely. Our clients asked exactly, are they being hid from or by whom? We have never heard of anyone being buried in this fashion. WSP reached out to the only one that could possibly answer our questions. We reached out to the spirit of David Ray. We won't say his last name, for we're unsure of why it is being hidden. Was the family ashamed that he died by suicide or murder? Was someone involved in this death? We are determined to give some kind of closure to this family. Picture 1. In picture 1, on the left-hand side, you will see a woman with real long flowing hair. And in the middle, you will see a young man. I do believe this is the mother and the son that are together in one picture. Picture 2. In this picture, you can see a young man's face, and you can see another face. And then on the very top, on the right, you will see a woman laying down as if she is in her coffin. Picture 3. In picture 3, on the left-hand side, you will see an old man's face. And on the right, you will see 2 women. Picture 4. In picture 4, you will see what appears to be 3 children. One is actually on top of our investigator's back, and there is 2 that circle around her playing. Picture 5. In picture 5, at the top, you will see what appears to be a man. On the closer to the left, you'll see the image of a woman, and below that, you will see a little girl. And then in the middle, you'll see a skull. Picture 6. In picture 6, on the left-hand side, you will see the circled face of a man. And on the stone itself, you will see the image of a woman just sitting there. Picture 7. In picture 7, on the left-hand side, you will see a woman. And on the right-hand side, you will see a young man with what appears to be putting a gun to his head. Picture 8. In picture 8, on the stone, you will see 3 faces. And inside of the one face is another face. And then on the right-hand side, you will see what appears to be a child. Picture 9. In picture 9, you will see what appears to be a man, and it looks like he's got a gun in his mouth. And on the right-hand side, you will see an image of a woman as if she is crying. Picture 10. In picture 10, on the top, you will see the image of a woman, and then you will also see the image of a man right there on the top. On the bottom section, you will see another image of a man, and for some reason, his head is very, very white. Picture 11. In picture 11, you will see an orb that is right behind the trees. Picture 12. In this picture, you're going to see the images of 2 females. They're like they're walking somewhere, and you can see them. Picture 13. In picture 13, at the upper top, you will see that I circled a man's face. Now, in the bottom, you will see the girl that was in the previous picture, except for now there's only one girl there, and she is turned around as if she's walking alone. Picture 14. In this picture, you will see this circled area at the back. You will see a man standing there. He's got some kind of maybe fur or long hair that's put back in a ponytail as well, perhaps like an Indian would have. Picture 15. In picture 15, on the left-hand side of the statue, you're going to see the image of a child. And in the middle section of it, you'll see a young man standing there. Picture 16. In this picture, in the back, you will see what appears to be 3 women. And the one on the right-hand side is a woman with really long hair, and she's just standing there looking and watching. Picture 17. In this picture at the top, you'll see a man that is circled and right there in the sky. You will see a mist that is starting to go around me from the grave marker all the way around through the side of me. On the left-hand side, on the top, you'll see another circled face. And right behind our other investigator, you're going to see the image of a woman and a man. I think this is the mother, and I think that is her husband's image. Picture 18. In this picture, you're going to see a young man that is right up above one of the investigators. Picture 19. In this picture, you can see a man standing to the left of the tombstone. Picture 20. In this picture, you can see what appears to be a man in this picture, and it looks like he may have a rifle or something in his hand. In picture 21, you will see the image of a woman, and then you will also see the image of a woman and an older man. Picture 22, in this picture you can see a young man, and he is standing there and he's looking up towards the sky. Picture 23, in picture 23, you will see the images of 3 men. The one that is on the tombstone in the back, then you will see another right in the middle where he is standing, and then the one on the bottom where he is laying down looking like he is just given up. Picture 24. In this picture really got to me. In the top, you're going to see a woman with real long hair, and she's crying. In the middle part, you will see the image of an older man. And in the bottom, you'll see the picture of another man. It's a young man. I believe in this picture we have got the mother, the father, and also the son.
Clown, clown, clown. Yes. Yes. Yes.
You're not their family. You're not their family. You're not their family. Radio. 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 Zero. Zero. Zero.
After our investigation, listening to the audio and what the spirit had to say, we are certain that we were speaking with the spirit of David Ray. Our deepest sympathy goes out to the family that he wasn't allowed to say goodbye to. Many secrets are still buried in this eternal grave with him. Perhaps one day we will return to give him another chance for his voice to be heard. God bless this young man. I pray his soul finds the peace that he needs.